add to your storytelling.
Yeah.
It expands your world and makes your point of view more rich instead of just having the same thing, the same influences, the same visuals, everything all the time. So I feel like we're kind of blossoming out here, if I could say that.
Truly. I feel like if you're like in a creative industry and you have to pivot and do stuff like we've done, you can use that in your writing. Like you will use that in your writing.
Hey, hi. Welcome to the Paso Robles podcast. And then I go, with me I have Bradley, right?
Yep, Bradley.
Bradley and Wilder.
Wilder, yep.
So I go, Bradley.
Hey, how are you?
Wilder.
No.
Hi.
And I'll give you guys the floor for like a few minutes each, and you guys can kind of introduce yourselves. We'll start with Bradley, and just tell us a little bit who you are, what do you do, and then we'll get to promoting the event you want to promote.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So yeah, go for it.
Oh, we're already going?
Yeah.
Oh, hey, right on.
It's all raw.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, I'm Bradley Simmons, and I am by profession a film editor, and also right now I'm kind of getting into creating events. I've always been fascinated with entertainment, and I'd say originally got interested in filmmaking in the 80s. I think that George Lucas played a big part. Steven Spielberg. I mean, some of the best directors came out of that time. And moved to Los Angeles in 2004. Wow, like over 20 years ago. And was there for 20 years. And then last year relocated to Paso Robles. And have just been sort of reinventing myself right now, kind of changing gears from the filmmaking world. That world is kind of in an interesting place right now, and it felt like it was a good time to try something different and see kind of what else is out there. So my wife and I pivoted and had an opportunity to move up here, and that's kind of how we ended up here, living with family up here. So yeah, it's been kind of cool.
Do you have family up here already?
Yeah.
Okay.
We relocated with our like sort of extended family. So her Wilder's sister, my sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, and brother-in-law, their family. We all bought a big property together.
Okay.
We have several different dwellings on that property that we all have our own space, but so kind of different, from living in apartments in Los Angeles for 20 years. To coming out to the country, living out in the country on 2 acres of land, I think we have like 11 pets now on our.
Oh wow! but that would be normal up here.
Yeah. We went from having I think 7 to 11 almost overnight. Yeah. Kittens will do that too.
This episode is brought to you by Rad Scooter Deli on 6th Street. Craving something delicious in Paso Robles? Rad Scooter Deli on 6th Street has you covered. Enjoy tasty sandwiches, fresh salads, and smoothies like the Banana Nut Blast, my personal favorite. Kick back on the covered patio, sip on a cold beer and wine, and enjoy the easy parking. Order online for pickup or dine-in. And here's a treat. Use promo code PODCAST for $5 off your next order. That's PODCAST for $5 off your next order. Open daily from 6:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Rad Scooter Deli. Local flavor, fast and fresh. This episode is sponsored by Del Pueblo Furniture in Paso Robles. Skip the credit card headache. Talk to Roger and get 0% in-house financing on quality furniture you'll love. Visit them at 1030 Railroad and 10th Street or call 805-239-5942. That's Del Pueblo Furniture. Comfort you want, payments you can handle. Y sí, se habla español. Just ask for Roger.
And Wilder, by the way, unique name.
Oh, thank you.
That just kind of stuck with me. You can introduce yourself. What do you do? What brought you up here besides your husband and family?
So I am Wilder Simmons, and I have lived in Los Angeles as well for the last 20 years. I was always interested in filmmaking and acting and creating. And that's what brought me to LA. And I started out really doing sketch comedy and improv. And that's how I got into the business. And from there, naturally, when you're writing your own sketch comedy, you start writing scripts and you start writing other stories. So I started pivoting to writing. I did some commercial acting. I was a dialogue coach on some Disney shows for a while, which brought me to very interesting places and gave me a different view of filmmaking in general. Was able to create my own short a couple of years ago, right before we got married, actually. And we filmed that out in Utah. So we're always creating stuff. Moving to Paso Robles has been really exciting and a really scary adventure after having lived in LA for so long. So Bradley and I met during the pandemic in the middle of the craziest and loneliest time in Los Angeles. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at the time everyone was adopting pets at a record rate.
Yes.
The shelters were emptying out.
Yeah, I found a cat in a Target parking lot in Bakersfield during the pandemic. And I was like, finally, somebody to talk to, because I lived by myself in a studio apartment. I was going insane. But anyway, Bradley and I met during that time, and it was a wild time to be dating because we had a phone call and 2 FaceTimes before we actually met in person.
Oh, wow.
Which I actually think helped a lot.
Yeah, I think by LA standards, that's actually unheard of. So I think that's why it actually worked. I don't think we would have met if it wasn't for COVID, because phone calls didn't exist. You would meet before you actually talked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we met and actually at that time I was writing on a cartoon for Nickelodeon. Right after we met, actually. And he ended up working at Nickelodeon as well. So that was super fun because we got to go to all the Nickelodeon.
Was that planned
parties.
at all?
Well, no, not really.
That was after we got married. So
yeah. So basically, she had gotten a job as a writer on can we say?
the Fairly Odd Parents,
Yeah.
A New Wish. If you haven't watched it, watch it. It's on Netflix and
Amazon,
Paramount Plus.
Paramount.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Valeria Novas with RE/MAX, your local real estate expert here in the Paso Robles and Central Coast. Whether it's your first home or your forever home, Valeria makes the process smooth, personal, and stress-free. She's bilingual, experienced, and ready to help. ¿Hablas español? Ella también. Call Valeria today at 805-212-6387 and let's get you a home. This episode is sponsored by Lion Pro Flooring. Give new life to your floors with beautiful, professionally installed flooring. Whether it's hardwood, luxury vinyl, or carpet, your home deserves quality you can feel and craftsmanship you can trust. Serving Paso Robles in all of SLO County, Lion Pro Flooring is your local expert in transforming spaces. Call or text 805-712-3710 for a free estimate today. That's 805-712-3710, Lion Pro Flooring, when quality matters.
And Nickelodeon. And so she was working there, and she had heard that a different movie, the Casa Grandes movie, was looking for to beef up their editing staff, and so she put my name in, and I was able to.
And his resume spoke for itself. So.
Yeah,
it is. Cool. That was actually when we were engaged, not married yet. But so it was super fun, and all of a sudden, it's so strange. We didn't plan to move here. Like, I had grown up coming here because I grew up in Fresno. Yeah. So our vacations would always be like, or our quick weekend vacations would be like, Paso. Let's go to the beach and let's go to Paso or whatever. And so my sister started looking for property up here, and we would just for fun drive up because it's fun to look at property and imagine what you could do with it.
Especially when you live in LA for 20 years. Looking at property is like it's all window shopping.
A lot of open housing.
Yeah. But daydreaming. And I have to go from living in apartments where your window stares out to another person's window to then we found this property and it felt like it chose us. And we moved, and it's been a crazy adventure ever since, and really fun. Like, we love Paso. We fell in love with Paso. Everybody here is super friendly, welcoming. Yeah. So I'm originally from Chicago, and so the Midwest vibe was something that I grew up with, and I went to college in Indiana, and then moved out to LA afterwards. But I think that it's just the draw to Paso for me is that down home vibe of people are nice, they're relatively happy, and also honest but not mean, like real down to earth. I feel, and I don't want to characterize that as what all Paso is, but it is to me like living out out of the city. That's
Yeah.
what I was, used to. And then living in LA, you kind of get, it's so dense, you get compressed and compressed and compressed. And I think that's the frustration after 20 years of like, okay, well, we love the film industry. It itself is undergoing a metamorphosis right now. I always equate it to we're in a stage. The film industry has disintegrated, like crumbled and rebuilt itself several times. You get the old studio system of the 20s, 30s, 40s collapses in the 50s and 60s and creates the new wave of independent features and filmmakers. I think we're in that phase right now, and I don't know the exact history, but I would imagine the studio collapse of that era was probably triggered by the advancement of the technology of the television. So now you have people watching at home. They don't have to go to the studios anymore. We have the exact same problem right now in the film industry where everyone's watching Netflix on their massive 65-inch HD, Ultra HD TV with their surround sound.
And they're cheaper now too.
Yeah.
It's cheaper.
The crazy part.
Yeah. So you go to the movies and it's like $25 for a ticket, and then it's like.
But you're seeing the movie in the way it's supposed to be
Right.
seen, and like beautiful sound
Yeah.
and stuff. So yeah, it is undergoing a metamorphosis, but I think something beautiful will come out of it.
Yeah.
And we still, have our hands in the basket of like things in LA, but that's also a cool thing about Paso is it's so close to so many awesome places. But it's given us a lot of freedom being up here and having land, like being able to grow stuff for the first time, being able to put your hands on the earth is like unheard of in LA.
Yeah.
The clean air, the stars. Every day I wake up and I feel like I'm on Green Acres or something.
Yeah.
This episode is sponsored by Santos Bros Plumbing. Are you in need of a dependable and effective plumber you can trust? Look no further than Santos Bros Plumbing, your trusted local plumbers in Paso Robles, California. Call them now at 805-360-4679. That's Santos Bros Plumbing. This episode is sponsored by Western Janitor Supply. They have cleaning supplies and equipment for any workplace. Call today at 805-238-2112. They provide an extensive line of chemicals, paper products, and floor equipment. Again, that's Western Janitor Supply, located in downtown Paso Robles.
It's true. Even just the air quality, like looking out and seeing the horizon, and it's blue.
Yeah.
And just like,
Not this gray thing.
yeah. And the sunsets are beautiful. And I don't know. Yeah. Just all around upgrade. And it's difficult because, it's hard to find work out here because, there's just not as many, there's just not as much. It's not like
Not as many people.
there are literally like, I think 12 million people in Los Angeles County.
Yeah.
And so it's been interesting, and we don't feel like we're giving up on Los Angeles. Well, I personally would happily put Los Angeles sort of like aside if I could make projects here, and then if she sells a script and we have to go there and work on it, that's fun. But I think I'd much rather have roots here, where it just feels more my speed.
Yeah. Also, I think it's a good time to be doing this because kind of reinventing yourself, I feel like is a wonderful stretch for anybody, especially this day and age where it's like, there used to be the thought of, you start on one path and you stick to that path and you work as hard as you can and then you'll have rewards or whatever. And now that's really changed. And I feel like there's power in trying something different, and there's power in taking a giant leap. Like what we've done, where it's like, what if we try something completely different?
Yeah.
And it's very exciting. And I feel like it's forcing us to grow in certain ways that I wouldn't have foreseen in a good way. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's exciting. It's always interesting.
It's always interesting. Yeah. And I feel like more and more I'm like meeting people, and I've listened to your podcast, and I know you have maybe a similar story of where like you had a change in your life where you're like, okay, I'm going to go this way now. And I feel like I'm meeting so many more people that are doing that, where they're like, okay, this model of like working. It's smart to become a pro at what you do and stick with it, but it's also ingrained in us to stick with it even if it's not working for us. And I think we were just like, you know what, we were almost forced to change because there's a pretty significant depression happening in the film and television industry right now. I mean, studios are at like 30% capacity or something really crazy like that. And there's just nothing being made right now.
Yeah.
And so when you live in a city like Los Angeles, where your rent is without a doubt like $4,000 plus for, it's crazy. That we weren't able to stay there. So it just forced us out. And it just happened to be that her family was looking to move to Atascadero. And we said, well, let's go look at some stuff. And it all happened because her mother lives with her sister and brother and their family in a guest house. And they did in Fresno, and they needed to find a place that had a guest house in this area, and Atascadero didn't have any availabilities. And so this property in Paso came up, and it had a third building, an ADU. And we're like, you know what, this is crazy, but what if we live with you guys?
Yeah.
And a lot of people might not do that in their 40s. And, but we've always, because we've been freelancers our whole life, we've always just been okay with uncomfortable settings and willing to sort of like, roll with it.
That's true. Being in the film and TV industry, there is no job security. You're always looking for your next gig. You're always hustling. So once we got here, we're like, well, let's hustle around and see what we can find. I also feel like as storytellers, it's a good practice to divert and try new things. Like, I've been working at a winery here, Bianchi Winery, learning about wine. He's been driving for Sidecar, which is like a tour thing where a motorcycle drives people around the sidecar. And it feels like, all of these new experiences and new influences really influence and add to your storytelling.
Yeah.
It expands your world and makes your point of view more rich, instead of just having the same thing, the same influences, the same visuals, everything all the time. So I feel like we're kind of blossoming out here, if I could say that.
Truly. I feel like if you're like in a creative industry and you have to pivot and do stuff like we've done, you can use that in your writing. Like you will use that in your writing and just gaining perspective. I feel like all kinds of perspective when you're doing something creative, the more perspective you have, the more you can speak to the greater, philosophies.
And when you're a creator in general of any sort, I mean, you're creating a podcast too. You can do it anywhere. That's the beauty of it. It's not stuck to one spot.
Right.
You keep finding creative ways, which is how we thought of this new venture we're doing, which is Paso Picture Show, an outdoor movie experience under the stars at different local wineries.
Yeah, it all kind of happened when we moved here. We decided, well, we're kind of putting the film industry on hold. Actually, we're not. The film industry put itself on hold.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, well, we're gonna be out here in Paso, which is the big industry out here. Obviously, is wine. And we're like, okay, well, how do we get involved in this? And she got a job at Bianchi Winery in the tasting room.
Yeah, and doing sales as well.
And again, just like Nickelodeon, it wasn't planned this way. I saw an advertisement at Cass Winery for their motorcycle sidecar tour. Turns out that their sister company or a branch of that also runs sidecar tours out of Bianchi. And
so we end up working at the same place.
Sitting at the bar at Bianchi and talking to the tasting room manager.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I know those guys. Yeah, here, let me give you their number. Because I've been trying to get a hold of them to ride. Because I've been a motorcycle enthusiast for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I can ride people around and talk about Paso and wine, and I'll have to learn a lot. But and so I trained and I did it, and so that's what I do. So now once again we accidentally work together, but on different projects.
But we weren't working together enough, so we decided let's do our own venture.
Let's do a project.
Yeah. We by nature like to create. We love immersive experiences. Being that we love Paso and we wanted to bring a piece of ourselves to Paso, and we thought, what can we give back that sort of we specialize in? And we're like, we love movies, we love entertaining, we love experiences. And so that's why we thought of Paso Picture Show. It's an exciting new event, and it's something that's not just your ordinary night out. It's not just going to a restaurant or bar, and it's like a whole experience.
Yeah. Just to break down what it is, like we wanted to, it all kind of stemmed from we're hanging out again, being from LA, nightlife, when you work in the entertainment industry, your only life is at night. You're there from like 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. sometimes, or, 9 to 7. And so, and that hence, why you're like always perpetually single, and you're like, you don't have children. You're like, you really are married to your job when you're in the film industry.
Yeah.
And so we were here, and we realized that like, wow, everything closes at like, or all the wineries close at like 5 p.m. at the latest, maybe 6 on a Friday, and we were thinking like, man, we're so used to going out at night and hanging out in these beautiful locations in LA on rooftops or whatever, and hanging out at night. And why aren't these wineries open at night? They're so beautiful. And then we started to think, well, how can we bring that, combined with the idea that there was just, other than going to wineries or wine tasting rooms or bars or restaurants, there really is not much to do in Paso, since like the bowling alley closed or things like that. You can go to the movie theater, but there just it didn't feel like there was a lot going on, that we thought, well, how can we bring something that, for the locals as well as the tourists to enjoy? And we had a lot of different ideas, and we can go into that another time, but we kind of finally landed on Paso Picture Show, which was like, hey, let's do a pop-up movie night, like movie in the park, but it's movie in the vineyard.
Yeah.
And then bring some of our favorite movies, see what people in town want to see.
And see these movies on a big screen like they're meant to be seen.
Yeah.
So, and it's so much fun to see movies with other people. Like that's something that gets lost in this streaming world, where you have this community. People are reacting at the same time as you. And when you're watching a favorite movie that you've seen before, maybe you're throwing, like all saying the quote together. Maybe everybody's cheering at the same time, laughing at the same time. And it's such a special experience. So we're really excited about it. Our first one is August 16th at Bianchi Winery and Tasting Room. We are showing Tombstone, the classic 1993 Western. Awesome, star-studded, so quotable.
Kurt Russell, Val Kilmer. I mean, you can go down the list.
You can go down. Michael
Howard's
Bean.
Booth.
Oh my gosh, it's such a good movie. But so it's like every time it'll be a different movie. The location will change, different wineries. Bianchi Winery and Tasting Room at night when the sun is setting, it's so beautiful over the vineyards and the koi pond. The frogs all start singing, and it's just something that is out of the ordinary, and I think people are really gonna love it.
Yeah, and I think that what's fun about it is, even though we will probably be at Bianchi often, we do want to also incorporate other wineries, so that we want to have a kind of a fan base that's like, oh yeah, what winery are they going to this week or this month? And
what is it? Which of my favorite movies is showing this month?
And we're pairing it with the wine of that winery, and so it's kind of like a win-win for everyone. And the winery gets more people to sort of experience their location. And from what I understand, there's over 190 tasting rooms or something like that in Paso, and almost 400 wineries.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah, so we could be doing this for years, and you could never repeat a winery if you wanted to. And I don't know, it seems like a fun night out for us. So we thought we would bring that to Paso and see how it goes. Yeah,
I think it's a cool idea, especially like during the pandemic when the movie theater was closed down. The event center, or where they have the Mid-State Fair, they started hosting movies there during the pandemic. And when I managed a movie theater, I was like, oh shucks, like how did they manage to do all that? Because obviously you got to talk to the film company and get rights and stuff like that. So I'm sure you guys went through the hoops and hurdles.
Yes, we did.
Oh yeah.
And I'm excited for you guys. And do you guys already have other vineyards lined up, or do you want to give a shout out to vineyards? Like, hey, if you're a vineyard, how do they get a hold of you?
Absolutely, yeah. You could go to our website. We have a contact page on our website. If you want to reach out,
our website is pasopictureshow.com.
PasoPictureShow.com.
PasoPictureShow.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook.
Oh, you guys already created all of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
X, all those things.
Yeah. All Paso
Picture Show. So check us out, PasoPictureShow.everything. .com, .twitter or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, but find us PasoPictureShow.com. But reach out to us. We've already had a couple of wineries reach out to us that are excited about the possibilities. And a lot of these wineries have event spaces already, whether they're for their own memberships or weddings or whatever. Mm-hmm. So we kind of can fit right into your space, and we can help promote your winery. I know,
and bring more people in to experience your wine as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it'll be really fun. At the beginning, we'll do some trivia. We're going to have a photo booth. It's going to be a whole party.
We give away some trivia prizes.
Yeah. For this specific venue, Bianchi Winery, they have a really awesome event space. So there'll be lawn seats where you can bring your own picnic blanket. You could bring your own beach chair. And then there'll also be, there's very few VIP fire pits. So that's an upgraded experience you can get. There's also a couple of group tables as well. Mm-hmm. So there's different ways you can experience this depending on how many people you're bringing and what you're looking for.
Yeah, and it's ADA accessible. And we really just want everyone to be able to come out. We are running a promotion right now that if you enter the discount code Huckleberry15, you get 15% off. So,
if you know, you know.
I don't know, so I'll have to ask you guys after.
It's a Tombstone reference.
Okay, I need to watch it, so I might have to just go.
You're gonna come. You're
invited. You're invited. We want you to come.
Yeah. And each ticket comes with a glass of Bianchi wine and a local popcorn, which is G Brothers popcorn.
Yeah, G Brothers kettle corn is in Slow.
Oh, okay.
And they provide fresh popcorn for a lot of the different wineries out here, especially Bianchi. So we reached out to them, and they're gonna provide a complimentary bag of popcorn. And so you come, you get a glass of wine, really good. I mean, if you haven't had Bianchi wine, it's really good. And then a bag of popcorn, and you get the movie experience.
And then there'll be like additional wine for sale, additional. Snacks and such.
Yeah, and I think it's a great. I love experiences. So just getting the experience of being in the winery at night, watching like one of my favorite movies on the big screen, with people who are all into it, and then why not throw wine in the mix, and it's like a perfect night. Get some popcorn, and and all for like less than what it would. A couple of drinks at the bar would be, like when you go to the bars, I mean, just things are really expensive now. So finding fun new ways to affordably have a full night.
Yeah. And this event specifically is 21 plus, but in the future we will be hosting events maybe in city parks. We're figuring that out for families so that then people can bring their kids. Those will be different events entirely. We'll be announcing those.
Yeah, that's a big part of our future plan. I mean, the reason why we haven't announced anything yet is because we have to work with the city in that. We have to figure out what some of those rules are, and we're trying to sort of like get going with the wineries at first. Yeah. But our goal really is to bring something to North County that people could really bring their family to, and just have another opportunity to do something out. Yeah. It's not going to a park with your kids or going to a restaurant or a bar. So,
yeah. So I'm looking forward to when you guys figure out the kids part version, because I think that would be very helpful for a lot of people when they're trying to figure out what to do. I would recommend like talking to like Paso Robles Main Street and like Chamber and stuff like that, because I know they like try to keep things downtown too. But Barney Shorts is a big space, so maybe that's
I'm thinking one of the soccer fields might be really great. Yeah, and we are currently looking for a public venue that we could put up so a much bigger screen. Like we would like to get 1,000 people at one of these things. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but like Bianchi is more of an exclusive. It's more of an exclusive venue because they have a limited number of people they can allow on the property. So
let's go talk to Sensorio.
Oh right. That would be a cool combo. Yeah. That would be a great team up, Sensorio.
Yeah,
Sensorio.
Let's collaborate.
Don't say 3 times they'll show up. Or wait, we should say it.
Oh yeah, we should say it.
I had on the show. I don't know if you saw the episode. I had the GM of Sensorio on the show, so cool. That was kind of cool to because they're expanding. So great opportunity to go talk to them too.
We will
Yeah.
be picking your brain about that.
Yeah, we've been
for
really,
sure.
really digging your podcast.
Thanks.
There's a lot of really interesting people out here, and I would never have known it if it wasn't for you creating this podcast. So I
Yeah.
really appreciate it. As being someone who's sort of a freshman in this area.
This area, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's the one thing that kind of like stuck in my head is like there's so many awesome, unique people, especially like people who are my age who are now taking over the area as far as whatever industry. They started working and now they're like GMs or whatever. And I'm like, now is the perfect time to kind of like highlight that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
great. Very
Yeah, I
cool.
watched the episode about the new hotel, the
Ava Hotel.
Hotel.
Oh yeah, Matthew
The-
Clayfish.
Yeah, and then also the woman who's running the restaurant there. I forget her name, but she's from Chicago.
Oh,
and I thought, man,
Chef Rachel.
Chef Rachel. Yeah. I watched a little bit of that episode on YouTube, and I mean, just knowing that there's a Chicago connection at the Ava Hotel, like I want to go in there and talk to her and be like, hey, let's talk about
I think
Chicago.
you might be like the third person from Chicago that I've had on the show.
No kidding.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a Chicago subgroup.
Yeah.
I don't belong to it though. I'm a California girl myself.
Well,
Yeah, but come on out August 16th. We're going to be starting the movie around 7:45 when the sun sets. Doors open at 6:30. Ride shares are recommended as parking is limited.
Yeah.
And, bring your big hat. Be a
your
Tombstone
boots.
fanatic. Bring your boots. Bring your mustaches.
Yeah.
You might have to take off your hat so you're not blocking somebody's
Right.
view. But we're
yeah.
very excited about it. And if you haven't seen Tombstone, you got to come.
Yeah,
If you-
don't. I would say don't watch it at home. Go to this.
Don't
and
watch it
Yes,
at home.
don't watch it in
Also,
advance.
if you've seen it a million times, come anyway
Yeah.
because it's so fun.
Yeah.
It's so quotable, and it's so
it
cool to
holds
watch
up.
with everybody
And
else.
there are
Yeah.
several moments in the movie where you just go, yeah.
And it's just like these actors in these iconic roles, like some of the best performances you'll see
Yeah.
for sure.
One of Val Kilmer's best roles. One of
Yes.
Michael Douglas's.
No.
I'm sorry, not Michael Douglas.
Michael
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, Michael Biehn, yeah.
Yeah,
You'll
funny.
see. Come on out.
Yeah.
Oh, and also introduce yourself. We would love to meet you.
Yeah.
Come and talk to us.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for being on the show, and I'm sure we'll have a part 2, part 3 because there's more of
Yeah.
what you guys do that I want to talk about too. So.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well,
And
we're
next
happy
time
to
we'll
be
let
here.
you get a word in edgewise too.
No, this is all for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you.
This episode is brought to you by the White Wave Wellness. Choose to live a healthy and fulfilling life. Wellness is more than being free from illness. It is a process of change and growth towards a mentally and physically healthy lifestyle. Reach out to Jennifer Hale to learn more about how this water